Well, hello fellow Skyrim fanatics, and welcome back to the Adventures of Frog and the Dawnguard DLC. So yesterday, last time if you watched, you will have seen that I got right to the end encounter with Harkon with a small amount of difficulty, and then died an awful lot of times trying to kill Harkon. And wasn't having much success, so I figured as I was tired and a little bit jaded, I'd give it a break and come back to it again at a later date. Now, my third attempt on that run, if you like, ended in success, so now I know that I can complete Dawnguard DLC with Frog. We are going to do it again. And this time I'm recording it so everyone can follow my progress. So I'm not saying I'm not going to die on the first attempt, but I am going to give it a go and see if we can't get through this. So yeah, we're on not Master the One Below Expert difficulty, as we have been all the way through, and it is a challenge not to use weapons and armour. Now, this duel with Harkon, at some point I am going to have to use Ariel's bow. I think it's once, twice, maybe 3 times you have to shoot the bubble that he puts himself in, so I feel that that is acceptable use of weapons. But as for the rest of it, I'm not going to be, as the last time I was trying to use Ariel's bow very unsuccessfully. This time I'm not going to be using Ariel's bow unless I have to shoot the bubble around Harkon. So, without further ado, let's get it.
Your voice drips with the venom of your mother's.
I'll just show you my inventory. Well, in here I actually have apparently I have Sanguine Vampiress, so let's briefly get rid of that, I think, otherwise it's going to make things somewhat awkward. Have we got... no, apparently I put them all away.
Influence.
Okay.
How alike.
Empty chest on the way in. Basically I've just offloaded everything that I don't want to be carrying around, so that I can find things easier in my inventory. I didn't realise I was actually diseased, so we'll take the cure disease potions out of there. That will help considerably, and continue on. Now, let's see that again. So let's just make sure active effects. Yep, I am fine. And we are going to need to start with, I've left 2 scrolls in here, a conjure, attract and a fireball, and we are going to start off the encounter with those 2 spells, seeing as it's 2 scrolls, seeing as I might as well. I've got a bunch of potions that I've left in here which might be useful, they might not. The healing ones definitely will be. My strategy for this is going to be to try and keep away from Archon's draining ability if I possibly can, and murder all of the creatures he keeps bringing in. And of course once he's finished bringing in all of the creatures, and they've been destroyed or turned to ash, then he's on his own. So basically it's going to be a matter of attrition. Can we wear Harkon and his creatures down before he gets us? So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, I might be quite silent through the fight itself because I'll be focusing quite heavily, because I have no doubt in my mind I am probably going to die on multiple occasions. But we're going to give this a go. So
No.
First up, let's
Because
cast
unlike her,
the
I'm not afraid.
Flame Atronak, and then put that back into my left hand as the spell. And
Not
then we're
anymore.
going to smack him in the head with a
And
fireball.
you.
There we go. Right, that started that off. So, firebolt, no, flames, not firebolt, flames in my right hand, because everything is pretty close quarters in here and fast and furious. And he looks like he's just about to throw one of his life drains at me, so I'm going to move. So, first of all, we have to get away from the gargoyle. Once you've got rid of the first gargoyle. I've tried doing this multiple times in third person and I find it extremely difficult, so I'm just going to stick with first person. I'm going to have to chase Harkon around a bit because he's a little scamperer in this. Flame obviously being the bane of the vampire. Just use this as much as you can. And there he goes, he's off somewhere. So
Can't hide.
he's a little scamperer, so just got to keep at him and bear in mind that eventually he will summon. Right. Okay, he's going into his bubble. So I think the next thing will be a bunch of skeletons come out. So, first of all, we're going to need to burst his bubble.
Can't hide from us.
Boom. There we go. Right, now back to our stuff. Let's cast out Atronak. Oh! Try and stay away from the skeletons. Going to need to heal there. Very little healing. In fact, while I'm being chased by the skeletons, I think we'll have 100 extra health with for 60 seconds. That will be very useful. So, hello. Die, skeleton. Come on, hurry up. There we go.
You can't hide from us.
That's most of the skeletons, I think, actually. You beat. Okay, so Sarah's raised that skeleton, I think, by the looks of it. Hello. You just killed my... Let's have another one of those. I want to keep the pressure on, so if I've constantly got an Atronak firing bolts at him, he'll constantly be moving. Cheeky monkey, I'm behind you now. Fortunately, Serana appears to be indestructible. Not indestructible, but she has an awful lot more health than behind you. She normally does. And Harkon appears to get stuck sometimes. You can come back up there. Right, run. He's chasing me. No. There we go. It's much easier to, once he summons these other gargoyles. Snuck up behind me, didn't you? Yeah. Now, I kind of wish I'd done a little bit more exploring in the Dawnguard DLC, because what might be extremely useful right about now would be this drain vitality shout. So if I'd actually found the third word wall, I'm sure it's fairly apparent where it is, then I could have been using this shout on him and actually recouping stamina, magicka and health, but I didn't, so we're going to do without. Anyway, back to the fight. Right, let's go around this way. Actually, we do need to heal a little bit. Let's just grab a potion of healing. Now, he scampered again. Right. Where did you go? He does seem to focus quite heavily on the training. Oh, he's gone again. There he is. Right, he does this. He goes into melee mode, which is quite nice, because it tries to chase you down instead of rain at you. I haven't actually tried using lightning on it. Let's see if it actually affects an ability that is used for generating mana. As you can see, he's down to around about half health now. Once he gets to a certain stage, he'll pop off to his little pod, lock himself in, and then summon something else. I think it's one of the gargoyles. Where's he gone? Come on, where are you? You're up there. Drop your stuff down here, Mr. Officer. No.
The flesh from your foe.
It's me. It's me. Yeah, so basically when he charges, it takes a little minute to swing, which gives you an opportunity to sprint past him so he misses. Right, back to Ariel's bow to get rid of his...
The sky!
We just got monstered by the gargoyle he summoned. So let's get rid of that. Run away from the gargoyle, because if we die to the gargoyle, all of this so far will be not very good. So basically he's got one more gargoyle up here to...
I'll rend the flesh.
Straight line. Good. So yeah, basically, Serana can usually take care of gargoyles. Right, so now go back to the flame attract flames. Let's get a flame attract in to give us a bit of cover. Get rid of this gargoyle so Serana can then focus on... Oh, he's chasing me big time. Not bad. So, now that's the latest of his creations out of the way. We can get back to focusing now again. I think we've got one more summon. I think there's one more. No, maybe. Maybe there's no more summons.
I won't fall for your tricks.
So the reason I'm using flame is because it's constant sort of damage. You can only a small amount. Naughty, naughty. Got a direct hit on that. His drain ability. So where's he gone? There he is. He's in melee mode. So once he's in that, focus on Serana, you get a pretty good chance to burn his tail feathers. There we go.
Powers are nothing.
Where are you now? Okay. So let's first of all close in. Healing going on.
What have you done?
I'm going to wait, sorry.
Bow. Use the bow.
Right, so let's get rid of him. Get him out of his bubble. So presumably when he's in his bubble he starts recharging his health. use the bow to break that. Let's get one of those out.
You can't hide from us.
Try and... Uh-oh. Archon raised the skeleton. So we need to get that little fellow. Die, Skelly. There we go. And this Archon gone. He does do quite a good scout up. Get there. Yes, I can. Gargoyle in. Dear, oh dear, I wasn't watching my health there. Okay, so while this is all hectic, let's see if we can't put some extra health in. We've got a filter of health, we'll use that. Not sure what my magicka's like. Yeah, let's add some extra magicka in there as well. And we'll top that up. Okay, that should be everything sorted, I think. Healing, yeah, I sort of didn't worry too much about stamina, because I'm not using it very much, apart from when I have to sprint past Harkon when he goes into his melee cycle. So, try and help out Serrano with his gargoyle. So oh, she's gone. Right, so that gargoyle can't come back now, it's a pile of dust. As you see, there's various piles of dust everywhere, so as soon as everything is piles of dust, Archon is out of allies. Ow. That hurt. So yeah, when he starts chasing you, best to try and run. Just turtle and disappear. Do it. You are going down, buddy. Come on, come on, come on. So close. Where is he?
You can't hide from us.
Trouble is, he uses Serrano as a health pool, if you like. So, he's getting a little bit low on health. So close. Oh, he got me. Healing. Move. Where's he going? There he is.
I'll drain the life from you!
Ow. And he's going down. See ya. How are you not dead?
You don't remember how to fight.
First attempt, yay. It does help to do a little bit of practice there. And as you see, instead of using all of those sun-hallowed arrows, I actually ended up, I started with 75, I only used 4. Because let's face it, the bow is so slow. No, we don't need that. In fact, we don't need that equipped anymore. What we will do is we will just fill it up, and then we'll probably give it to one of our companions. Or maybe hand it over to Ishran. But,
Well,
we're done.
now that's done.
Sorry, Serrano.
I'm not sure. I'll probably stay with the Dawnguard for as long as they'll let me. They're respectable fighters, and I think they see the benefits of having a vampire on their side now. Of course, if you've got any more adventures planned.
Well, I'm sure we'll invite you along. You look pretty handy to have about.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Okay, and of course now, once she's your companion again, you can get her to turn you into a vampire. If at some point you want to get the vampire perks up to their maximum. And of course then after you've done that, you can go see Thalion in Morthal and get yourself changed back into a normal person again. So, anyway, I'm going to trade some stuff with you because this is the advantage of going through all of the farmer levels before you get to Harkon. He's got an absolute bench load of staffs of ice spikes, which I just picked up off random farmer. I'm not going to bother recharging them. They're not that great. Might leave her with a couple, but having your companions with staffs is much easier than having to try and use them yourself, I find. But for now, Ariel's bow and Sunhallowed, no. But let's take them off first, because otherwise we'll get the things stuck on our back, and then we'll give her all the Sunhallowed arrows as well. She might end up using it, I don't honestly know, but I do not need it anymore. So there we go. Right. So the beast is destroyed. Yes, it is, Ishran. Well spotted.
It's over. He's dead, and the prophecy died with him.
Interesting. As he's dead, what's he got on him? More vampire royal armor. Oh, I wish I could use that. That would be pretty damn fine. Harkon's probably worth giving to Serana, seeing as she's a vampire. Also the potion of blood. She can have that. Lasting bonus and some decent stuff as well. Okay, right.
I suppose this is difficult for you.
I think my father really died a long time ago. This was just the end of something else. I did what needed to be done. Nothing more.
I think perhaps. I think you did more than that.
So, even Ishran
at
the end is capable of showing some compassion to Serana having lost her father, even though her father was a monster. Ishran, you're actually deep down a pretty decent man, aren't you? So yeah, anyway, that is the end of the Dawnguard. In fact, while we're here, let's remember to retrieve everything from the chest so that we don't leave that stoof behind. Just checking out corpses for the gargoyle corpses, because they've obviously got ore and gems on them. And that is pretty much that. Not sure what this does. I think it's probably just for show. Yeah, so Dawnguard is done. And yeah, I just wanted to come back and make sure that Frog was okay, because as we left him yesterday, he was in a bit of a state. He'd been bitten to death and sucked to death by vampire draining, and yeah, basically died by gargoyle clawing, and yeah, he was in a pretty low spot yesterday. But today he's come back, he's proved his worth, and he's proved that in Skyrim you don't need weapons or armor. So there you go. So yeah, now really it just remains to decide where to go next. Serana's all pretty well kitted out now through all the stuff that we found through.
Do you need something?
Through the Dawnguard
if you think
DLC.
It'll help.
And let's not forget to give her Harkon's sword. She will probably end up using that. Let's just check. No. Because the elven swords, in fact, are better. But we're not going to allow her to do that. In fact, we're going to take her dagger and her swords and make sure that she uses Harkon's sword. How much weight do we have? Right, fine. So yeah, we'll leave her with all these staffs at the moment, or staves, whatever you want to call them. Let's see if she can carry some more stuff. I've got lots of stuff for her to carry. I can carry those, and some boots, those. What What else? Imminent destruction. Well, I could actually use that. Magic suppression. What have I got on me? That's not terrible. Okay, we'll keep those for the moment. But as for the rest of it, well, let's move on. But where are we going to go? That's the next question. What is next on the list of things to do with Frog? Well, we could go and do some Radiant quests for Serene and Gunmar, but to be perfectly honest with you, it's kind of irrelevant now unless you want to hunt down vampires or help Serene build the Dwarven crossbow up to a decent level. So we probably won't be doing that. I think probably we'll start hunting dragons for a bit so that we can get Dawnguard's Shout completed, and also we might drop back through some of the levels in... I'll have to do some research first. Drop back and see if we can find the third word in the Drained Vitality Shout, because I'd kind of like that. That would be very useful for a low hit point magician or magic user. So with that in mind, let's keep that one there. And what else? There's no way on earth we're going to go and do Dragonborn DLC yet, because the creatures over there would just absolutely murder poor little Frog. He'd be Frog's legs for breakfast, lunch and dinner. So I think what we might try and do is... the Black Star's going to be pretty tough finishing off Malin. We might get it done, but that again, that's a solo one. I think what we might do actually is continue with the main quest. Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll go and meet Malborn in Solitude, and carry on with that, which will be quite nice. So, on that note, let's GTFO. Okay, so back into the castle. There really isn't very much point in... Actually, I remember what I needed to give you.
Yes?
You need
This
that
better not be
lotion
all the
of
things you just can't be
blood.
bothered with.
No, it's not. You can have some healing. Now you can pick up these potions of blood pretty much all over this castle, but yeah, that... If you're a vampire, they're actually quite useful because you can use them to stave off the hunger, if you like. But yeah, we'll give that to Serana because we don't need human blood, unless of course it's coursing through our veins. We've got everything done here. Who's that? Armoured Troll. Oh, poor Armoured Troll, he didn't make it. And yeah, there's loads of potions of blood lying around the place. Yeah, there's another one up there. So at any particular time, if you want to, you can come back and loot Olikar Castle. For Silan, he just didn't make it with all your 15 crossbows. That's crazy. Why would you be carrying 15 crossbows? I mean, that's nuts. Unless, of course, you had a volley trebuchet ballista thing in mind. Who knows? So yeah, anyway, with that little episode done, I think what we'll do is we'll end it here, make this a nice and short one, and when we come back a little bit later on, then we will figure out where we are going to go with Frog. So, as we stand out in the sunlight on the porch of the Castle Volodar, all that remains to me to say is thank you for watching, and TTFN.